we've seen a growth rate plummeting in India compared to the last sort of 7 years, and we've seen a blip in the Chinese growth rate. It's come down from 8% to 7.2%. So China hasn't decelerated that much. Part of it is, of course, self-made, and part of it is the international markets which have also, especially for Chinese exports. So I'm more bullish about China getting back into a path. They have to take some difficult decisions on reform. Indian growth rate plummeting is largely self-inflicted, although there is obviously a issue of the global growth coming off. There's a lot of work to be done in India on getting the reform on track. Nothing much will happen from now to May, and hopefully the next government will take up this one. I think there is a certain level in certain parts of the government where we are ambivalent about foreign investments. Having said that, it has moved quite a bit from 91, where, from the time we didn't want foreign investors. So there is a bit of that. Part of it is also the Indian investors also not treated very well. So I think we need to reform the whole system. It's nothing to do with only foreigners. Indian companies are investing outside because they find a better environment sometimes. So I think there is a whole gamut of things you've got to do to improve investments, to improve the nuts and bolts, and as someone said, plumbing of investments in India. So it's not only foreign investors who are suffering, the Indian investors have the same problem. On the economic front, we don't see much competition because Chinese are so far ahead at the moment. And as the Indian Prime Minister said, the world is big enough for both of us. And I think there is probably a lot of truth in that. Indians are more in service sectors, manufacturing is small, the Chinese are the other way around. So there is a certain level of complementarity there. Politically, yes, there may be competition. India has a different way of looking at the world, and the Chinese have a very different way of looking at the world, including the region. But economically, I think the growth of China and India will benefit both of them. I certainly believe that in the next 5 years, you will see a substantial growth in investments and trade between the two countries. It is Asia's best kept secret that they have been growing so fast without the world actually even taking notice. So we're going to see a lot more of economic involvement. Both the governments are very clear on this. They may have political differences, but on economic issues, they're completely aligned.